to the following presentation of the National Football League on NFL Network.
Welcome everybody to Week 10 of Fans2k as we go around the league in 5 minutes in a special non-bye week preview edition. Kittens take on garbage. When kittens live outdoors, they survive by eating garbage, but sometimes that garbage bites back. For those kitties, Brady, Branch, and Gronk have a tough matchup on Revis Island, as do Benson and Sproles versus the Steelers and Falcons respectively. Garbage, on the other hand, has a great matchup for Forte, Rogers, and Finley.
My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
The garbage truck picks up the kitties this week. Advantage, garbage. Well, it's good to know that Take Care, Spike Your Hair is the home team in this one.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
Not really. Though they find themselves in the cellar of the AFC, it's nothing a little fist pumping couldn't take care of. This week's key for Take Care can be summed up in 3 words.
Fist pump, push up, chapstick.
Nope. It's matchups, matchups, matchups. Beanie and Fitzgerald against Philly, Greg Jennings against Minnesota, and Roy Boy Williams against Detroit. Though Peterson versus Green Bay is a tough one, he'll still shine as a featured back. Brandon Jacobs versus San Francisco, who's still worthy of at least a score. Fire has a nice matchup for Arian Foster, but the rest of the team is still at the Foster home waiting on the bread line. Fire doesn't stand a chance in this one. The gel won't melt next to this Fire.
Yeah, buddy.
Advantage, Take Care, Spike Your Hair. When Mr. Freeze takes on the whipping stick, the theme here is falling.
I keep on falling. And I love.
No, not that kind of falling. Mr. Freeze is falling out of the division lead, and Stick is falling out of contention, period. Freeze's matchups are disgustingly good, with Breeze and Roddy White in a shootout versus each other, a rebounding Chris Johnson versus Carolina, and LaShawn McCoy versus Arizona. Though, Freeze might want to replace that Atlanta defense if they don't want to hurt themselves.
Yeah, buddy.
Stick is nearly a twig at this point, but will benefit from good matchups for Mr. Vic versus Arizona, McGahee versus KC, and Steve Smith versus Tennessee. Stick need Ahmad Bradshaw to come back in a big way. But till then, look for Freeze to keep on and for the falling to continue for the Stick. If a stick falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does anybody care if they lose? This broadcaster doesn't. Advantage, Freeze. The Cracker Jacks take on the Furry Lap Flounders. So the Flounders are indeed stacked. Michael Bush, Fred Jackson, Michael Turner, the Flaming Hot Plaxico, V-Jacks, Eli, enough said. Cracker Jack sure likes to talk a lot of trash during the week, but that's probably to make up for their team not being able to talk on Sunday.
What?
But they have good matchups this week for MJD, DeMarco Murray, Phillip Rivers, and Jeremy Maclin, so that should keep them close. The Cracker Jacks will try to jack a win, but the Furry Lap Flounders will leave them jacking off.
You're a jack-off. He's a jack-off. You're a jack-off. She's a jack-off. And I'm a jack-off.
Advantage, Furry Lap Flounders. The Hanging Lips take on Hasselbeck's Floater of Time. I don't think anyone would ever put their lips on a floater, but someone with lips might flush one.
What?
Well, the Amish sure hope that the Lips can do just that, because the Floater's division lead, it shriveled up to 1 game. The Floater's star quarterback Matt Stafford draws a Bears team who kept Mr. Vick in check last week. Mendenhall draws a surprisingly tough Bengals D, and A.J. Green and Antonio Brown each face each other's tough D. Lips, on the other hand, feature Schaub, Gore, S-Jacks, Deshaun, and Jordy against porous defenses, and the Ravens D against an anemic Seahawks offense. Pucker up, Hanging Lips, and plant a kiss of death on the Floater. Advantage, Hanging Lips. Game of the week, He Hate Amish versus Boom Goes the Dynamite. First place implications on both sides of the coin here. The Amish take first with a victory plus a Floater loss, while Dynamite drops from first with a loss plus a garbage and or Jacks win. The Amish look strong with Cam Newton against Tennessee. Bo, Colson, Matthews, and Davis all have nice matchups as well. Boom has a mixture of good matchups for Calvin Johnson. Roy Halou. But tougher matchups for Roethlisberger, Wallace, Welker, and Green. To start Cruz or not to start Cruz? That may be the question for Boom. This is going to be a close matchup, but in the end, the Amish paradise, no sparks will ignite this dynamite. Advantage, Amish.